Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you're in for a fun time. We certainly are. 2v2 for you today. Kpen, man with legend, his ally Refero, both playing our UKF and representing the Allies.
And playing as the Axis today, we're going to have Bradare as the OKW. And his teammate will be VonAsten as the Wehrmacht. We're playing on everyone's favorite 2v2 map. If Semoski Winter is not your favorite 2v2 map, clearly you are mistaken. And
alternative answer, we will also accept Mink's Pocket. Just to be clear,
yeah.
So.
Mink's Pocket or Semoski or Rails and Metal. Road to Cutoff. Yeah, those are the three best 2v2 maps. Kappa. Okay, so this could be an antsy fight for the Tommies because I think they're just at that threshold where they actually are behind cover.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise they probably would get melted much quicker otherwise because there's that minimum range, that short range where you actually ignore cover. And that's including if you're firing from a building. Wow, he actually evac'd there. That was a surprise.
Yeah, that was a... Oh, no, it was a bait! Oh, that was a bait! Because the church is in range. That's actually a good play.
He's got all four windows there too.
Yeah, that's nutty. That was great play. That evac was actually on point. I mean, he's going to give up the garrison, but it was still a good play.
It is Grens though. The Grens will fare much better in that house. These Tommies are pretty low. They can't cap that VP. They're instead going for the safe cap, which is a clever move there by Kpen. Don't want to, cap risky regions when your squad's already wounded.
So I do enjoy the early game in 2v2s. I think it's very strategic. And we used to win our early games consistently back when we actually played 2v2s.
When we just like mass con spam.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with our builder. I had to do with our skill. So just to be clear there.
Good wire. I love this. Getting the wire off in front of that truck. The lorry to be historically thematic. Did you play the COD 1 campaign?
No, you're pushing me a bit. I didn't really even play COD 1 though.
COD 1.
Oh, COD 1 campaign. Yeah, no, yeah. I played the COD 1.
You know that mission where you're in the back of that lorry and you have this infinite crate of Panzerfaust?
Oh, right,
That's the most
you keep firing
sick
them?
mission.
Yeah.
You gotta like shoot all these motorbikes and all these other German lorries. And I just will always remember like German lorry coming up, grab the Panzerfaust in whatever British accent sounds better than that. It was Captain Price, like the original Captain Price.
Right, yeah. Right.
That was, I think it was Captain Price.
It would have been ages ago. I don't remember the voice acting or anything. It feels like that we should do a replay of that since we're such big fans.
Yeah, we should
COD
actually
1,
do a stream of COD 1. Like
yeah,
the COD 1 campaign.
Yeah.
I don't think it has widescreen though, so it might be a bit funny looking to stream.
Okay, and I take it doesn't have co-op campaign either.
No.
So.
I mean, there's probably a hack that you can like get widescreen. Generally, with all games, you can get a widescreen hack if you care enough. I mean, this is going to be. Well, he actually got the abandon there. Finish it off. Nice work there from Refero. He's locked in the urban assault. He's going to have access to the flamers, which is going to be very useful, and of course, that the balanced mattress.
Yeah, balanced mattress will be available. This early game's been nutty. Huge investment into the center of this map by VonAsten. Those Grens behind the heavy cover have just been duking it out for ages. Bren also up. I kind of like that the Allies are playing this one out and just taking these trades because UKF just has a worse early game. It's just harder to get big squad count out. So you're just taking engagements behind heavy cover. Even if you're kind of losing them out, it's not the worst thing in the world because you're just stalling the Axis on similar territory.
Oh my god, these Tommies could get wiped here.
Should do, surely.
They were playing a dangerous game as well.
Yeah,
But they go down because they were they were fighting near that mortar, which was very close to them. So we have the flamer there on the engineers. I'm guessing there's going to be a wasp at some point as well. Wasp is incredibly dangerous. Can be very hard to deal with early on until you get a 2-2-2.
Yeah, the early tech is the other part of this. Has Kpen actually stolen the top garrison? Looks like he has. Yeah, with sections, that's really nice. Especially with NGs coming up as well, so the NGs can take back the garrison, the infantry section can evac out.
Oh, I like this. It's got a very forward med crate. Let's see if we can steal that. That would be sick.
That would actually be such a good play.
He may just lose his
Steals
engineer.
onto this side. Do it to him! Do it to him!
Ah, rip. The dream's over. He's probably going to lose the squad too now.
Values his own life over a stolen med crate.
See, now the Volks are getting the med crate. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah, they got it. That was smart. Good play. Good play.
Because it works while you're moving. Like that's really unique. I don't think any other. I guess the ambo healing works while you're moving, but like say the Wehrmacht med packs, you have to be stationary for that.
Yeah, and technically, Soviet medics do their best to kind of sprint after you and give you some heals, but
yeah, that's all you can say. They do their best to try and stay still. I want to heal you, which is actually really annoying too, because it means if you have one squad moving around, the medics chase them, and meanwhile the medics don't stop and then go to a squad who's stationary. They just like will keep running after the squad that's moving.
Medic micro is what Code 2 needs.
Yeah, that's true. That being said though, that would be a huge mass retreat for the Axis. We see the Allies now having pretty much all the map, double field, though briefly. I mean, was there any wipes there?
Kuba went down. I don't know what else did. I don't think any Wehrmacht stuff went down.
Just the Kubel,
Just
that's
the
all
Kubel,
it was.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
everything else got very low and retreated, but that's about it.
Yeah,
so.
you combine the lost controller does the health bars, the name bars. It's when you combine the loss of the Kubel with just the high teching costs for OKW combined with the flag half track. That's kind of why he doesn't have a lot of map presence. That being said, they're fully pushed out now. Playing in team game fashion, they just sort of all push together as a team. Sending out squads one at a time is obviously never going to work. In team games, it's all about just sort of grouping up, blobbing out, retreating engineers before they die. The Wasp is going to be basically forcing away all these squads. The fuel was taken back though, so at least that's not in the hands of the Allies, though it is cut off here by Kpen, so not getting that connected, that fuel point.
Yeah, really nice cut off and a hard one to take. Good map design that it is quite a far away cut off. One that's hard to take, but also one that's one to hold, but also one that's hard to cap. So Kpen sent a squad down, which is nice. Has also gone for the cancer support pit. It's ready to go. Starting to fire in the middle. Actually, it's in a pretty good position. With 3 garrisons, you got a lot of room to play when it comes to building that mortar pit. I think that's a pretty good spot. Wow.
Yeah, that Vault squad had no business being there. That being said, there was already 2 Wehrmacht mortars, so I don't see this surviving that long.
I was just expecting a brace. I don't know.
He's going to need to force away these mortars, otherwise he'll just lose the mortar pit.
Yeah.
Unless he gets some lucky shots off on this.
A good play would be to force off one mortar and then brace. I think that's probably what Kpen was trying to do, was force off one of the mortars with a couple of shots and then brace. Because there's much less risk. But
see, the problem that I don't like with the mortars, it's just the mortar pit. Oh, see, like I was going to say, it's such an RNG matchup, because the mortar emplacement can just basically insta-kill the Wehrmacht mortar. That's a really good flank there. The quick grenades are an excellent choice. Looking to take out the Axis mortars. There's actually 3 mortars now. It's sort of ironic that the best way to deal with an mortar emplacement is to just spam your own mortars. But it means, because not only is there RNG of whether or not the mortar emplacement just insta-gives the Wehrmacht mortar, there's also a lot of RNG based on where the mortar shell scatters. Like, does it insta-give the repairing engineers or not?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's ostensibly you can repair a mortar pit, but in reality you can't repair a mortar pit because it gets shelled, you brace, it's still getting shelled, you lose the engineers. I mean, most of the time. Sometimes you get good engineer placement, but most of the time they just get wiped. Like,
yeah, the mortar pit died there. It got 1 Volk squad, but not actually worth it there in the long run, I suppose. The manpower cost.
I doubt we see Kpen go for another one. Once you fall behind in that particular indirect fire battle, you tend not to go for another mortar pit, or at least not in a harassable location by the Wehrmacht mortars.
Yeah, if it's like far back here, maybe, but it's just so expensive on manpower that it's hard to use those mortar pits now. They're a lot weaker than what they used to be.
The Wasp's still up. That's helpful, forcing off squads.
So there's no tier 2 structure here for VonAsten, so that's why he has so much stuff. Triple mortar, triple Grens, double HMG. He's just going this massive tier 1 playstyle, and you can do that in tier 2 because you have your teammate who not only has a Raketenwerfer but also has his own vehicle, the flak half track. Well, that could be a dead Volk squad, but it could also be wow, a mortar shell does a lot of damage there. The Faust almost landed. Wasn't quite within range, but mine must have been revealed.
Keep backing away. Everyone gets back into a slightly better position. This is going to be a really nice Vickers. The Grens will no longer be able to take this heavy cover and hold that. The Vickers just puts out too much damage and the Grens just don't have the range for it. The Mortars will eventually start shelling it, but the Vickers just gets too much damage done down early. It was a Centaur as well. We did see that getting built by Kpen, right? Like, Kpen was going Centaur.
Yep.
Yeah, nice, cool. Okay, so so Centaur's gonna come, and an IR Searchlight.
Wow.
From Bradare. I mean, I only know what the icon is building is because like I don't recognize it. So what else could it be?
Yeah.
IR Searchlight. So.
Well, it's a pretty distinct icon.
Yeah, it is.
And that makes sense here because he's got triple mortars. Is there? Did he cap one of them, or was one of them? No, it was stolen. So he's got double mortar. That is. Kpen took one of them away, but building a third mortar, so that's going to be really useful. For just having that continuous information about where the mortar should be barraging.
That's a cool build. That's a cool build.
I haven't seen that in so long though. I love seeing that.
Yeah, it's been ages. I mean, we of course. I was going to say we only ever see it in team games, but I swear, then my memory pricked. I'm like, I think we've seen it in a 1v1 like once.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, weird unit, but it can definitely work in 2v2s. You see a lot on maps like Moscow Outskirts is really common, and I can see why you go for it on Winter here.
People used to always build it in larger team game, and they gave it a 5 fuel cost, and everyone's like, oh, it's too expensive now, it costs 5 fuel.
Yeah.
That grenade didn't quite come off there. Now the Centaur is pretty good against the buildings. The Raketin though is a bit of an issue. And that IR half-track, he knows where that Centaur is at all times, so he can always have his Raketin where it needs to be.
Mate, that costs more fuel than a Tiger Ace. I'm having none of it.
Yeah, isn't that funny? The IR half-track costs more fuel than a Tiger Ace. I guess the IR half-track doesn't drain your manpower income. I mean, it also generates like 2 swag points per second. Now this is gonna be a dead UC there with that Faust.
Should we create like a swag point generation spreadsheet or something like that? So you know by using these units how many swag points you generate. Like you lose certain swag points for building mortar pits, and like you gain.
He also knows if there's any units nearby here. You know, if there was a HMG, it would have been revealed. So that search half track has a lot more information than you might, more uses than you might initially realize. Yeah. Well, there goes that. He can steal that one too. Having the 5-man squads will make it easier.
The range also gives you the ability to. Oh, nasty, that was mine.
Wow.
Range gives you the ability to search out for kind of backwards AT. So supporting AT that isn't actually being utilized, but is there to. They're like kind of debate, so you bait units or tanks or whatever into the AT, and it does scout those out because that's about the range that it's scouting in.
Yeah, especially on a map like this where you're gonna have that central battlefield. The mortars in full force here.
This IR has been entirely invaluable. Great build. It's a really smart play.
This mortar was also taken out. Yeah, so the land mattress is going to be so important here because these mortars are becoming a real problem. Okay. May actually lose the HMG here. The Vickers, yeah, they get stolen by a squad of Grens. He's going to nade it though, so maybe he'll be able to get it back. Oh, the Pyros ran through it at the same time.
I was going to say, if that was a double wipe, that was a entirely
Oh, he gets the
moment.
Flamer. The Flamer blew up, didn't get the MG. The MG may have just died. Yeah. Wow, they did some good grenades.
Yeah.
Well, the mortar shell like almost killed the HMG and the Pioneer squad too.
This is silly lucky. That could have been a 1-minute highlight montage of crazy squad wipes. But,
yeah.
Unfortunately, going to escape.
So there is another mortar pit. It is further back, so that's in a much better position because the mortars to barrage that, they have to be in a really exposed location. Where it was previously, the mortars are able to sit pretty safely behind that house. He also has that that mobile mortar, which is actually back at base now at the moment.
I definitely say that's the biggest factor in building things like the mortar pit. It's like, it's less about what it covers. I mean, that's somewhat important, but more importantly, where does the counter indirect fire actually sit? And that's definitely what we see being abused here by fellows is Refero. This is forward indirect fire in order to take it out.
This is very upsetting to me, the fact that Like, he thinks he's cloaked in cover, but he's actually not. He's just out in the open behind a tree. Like, you know, insert that meme of, you know, like, you can't see me, I'm behind a tree. Oh, he's gonna maybe take the grenade because he went in the building. Oh, no. He actually may lose the squad there. Or is it a bait? Okay, well, the right VP got captured here by these Tommies. The middle seems to be a bit of a killing field still. This mortar hasn't been captured by either team.
I feel bad for the slow Centaur. It's just really hurts me because it wants to get involved. It wants to help out its teammate, and it's just sitting there. It's kind of like you have a group of friends, right? They do a lot of physical activity, so like they're running all the time and stuff, and they're just like, hey, you should come for a run with us sometime. And then you go for a run with them, and you get rear-armored by a Panzer IV. It's like, it's not good.
Well, yeah. But he being a bit of a bro here, wingmanning the M1 AT gun. I think the Centaur is actually a little bit faster than what it used to be. I believe it got a speed buff at some point.
Right, okay.
So it's not quite as slow as it used to be. I don't know, man. I can't remember what was in the last patch. Just a few things I remember. But yeah, it was really slow at one point. Yeah. It was like really slow.
Man, I love that MG bunker. Really smart. It's a good investment in Pioneer time because even if it just falls off one squad, like that's enough. It's in a super annoying location as well because you have to bring a tank all the way down to the bottom strap point and then all the way back up again. So.
Well, that and because it's lost his wasp, that would have been really useful to burn that out. I'm guessing Brad he just lost a squad, which I wasn't watching. I mean, the only time someone types in pathing is if they lose a squad, yeah. or like a tank or something. Yeah. Wait, he lost his P. No, that's the P4.
Right, yeah.
False alarm.
A little worried. Yeah, that's handy.
Well,
the pulling back a little.
Double fuel currently for the allies. Kpen still doesn't have his commander, so he could go an AVRE, could be insane. A crocodile. Both of these tanks are going to be so powerful on this map.
I really want to see the AVRE.
Oh wow, the gammon bomb. He's going to wipe that one. That was actually another gammon bomb. The heavy gammon bomb blows up the house. HMG goes down. The Vickers, that is.
Made play from our UKF has been incredible.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be another gammon bomb. Thank you.
Or just regular nades, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, that was so close.
The gammon bomb, I think, was the other British. That was Kpen that had the gammon bomb.
Oh, it was. Okay, right.
So he must have the hammer, which is for the Centaur, the Churchill. Oh, the Comet, sorry.
Comet, yeah.
Yeah, my bad. That's
That being said, to be fair, I was gonna say Firefly, so it's like
I got the hammer right
all over
though.
The place. You did get the hammer right. You were correct, sir. Very good. Plus emergency brum speed, so it's always nice to have. Okay, so decent amount of manpower floated up now for Kpen. Again, you know, no lock-in, so float's okay. Probably much higher in terms of the CPs. So that's kind of an interesting point. Kpen is the me of our team games, always a little bit behind and can't go for stuff just yet. And so we're heading towards a crocodile. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but not too much. Still a crocodile. That's good.
Yeah, he only has 8 command points, so it's pretty far off that. Uses hold the line, increased defense, Hawker, Typhoon, Strafe. He's gonna have a Firefly on the field, or rather his teammate Refero will. So he can hunt down that P4 if he so desires. I suppose the bit too many of these Raketenwerfers in the area.
Yeah, Raketens are fine for now, but they certainly won't hold up against the crocodile once it arrives. Decent amount of CP still to go for that. Another 5 for Kpen.
So the hold the line hasn't done anything yet. He just retreated against it.
Which is a smart play. You don't really want to muck around with a 250 munitions ability.
Hope this is worth it though, because a bunch of Brens that he didn't get as a result. There it is, the Typhoon's coming now.
Alright. I suppose it's gained our allies some more VPs, but yeah, it does seem like a weird play. It's 384 VPs for the allies, 359 for the Axis, and I'm not really buying time for. I guess that there are caps coming across and some more squads are running forward, so maybe it is just buy time to the next engagement. and that our allies just value having this forward heavy cover. And it's important they have that heavy cover as well, because remember the mortar pit is in the area, so ceding control of the central BP means potentially losing the mortar pit.
Oh, nading the HMG, nice. Heavy cover, saving him from a lot of damage there, though. Yeah, that didn't do much. So he doesn't have any Brens on his Tommies. He hasn't had this this munitions point for a long time as well. It's been cut off there rather consistently. It's gonna be really hard to deal with the vetted up double Bren Tommies.
I think that MG bunker went down in the south as well, so that's a nice pickup by the allies. Obviously, worked out it was there. Okay,
he's gonna pop. He has popped the smoke on the P4. There's another tank moving in here. There's a couple of Raketans in the area. This is so risky with a Firefly, but no, the command tank saved him. The health bonus there from the command tank. The Firefly gets taken out by that Raketan. Centaur and the Tommies couldn't quite save him in time, though the Raketan may fall as a result.
Hero command tank, wow. When has it been that you've seen that bonus actually save something like that? That was crazy. Good stuff. So the Panzer IV survives, and yeah, the Firefly falls. That was a very bold play. It was certainly enemy territory. There were just too many Raketans on the field to be doing that. There's a bit of throwaway. I feel like the UK are probably in a really good position up until that point. They're not really worth it to kill the Panzer IV. I mean, it's just a Panzer IV.
Yeah, the Firefly costs so much more.
Especially like, did he have rockets? I didn't know if he had the upgrade, but
no,
there's like...
he didn't have tools.
Oh, okay, right.
He didn't have the munitions for it, I'm guessing, because he's got Brens on all his squads now.
Right.
So he's going to have really good infantry scaling. Still, the problem is all these the HMGs and the mortars. You know, they got a bit of veterancy on them as well, so the land mattress is going to be really useful if he finally gets them. He's going for another Firefly though. And I hear, is that a howitzer? Yeah, it must be a howitzer from Bradare, because he went the fortifications doctrine, so he's got access to those. He's also got the zeroing arty, so he has pretty good artillery presence.
That'll have range on the mortar pit, right? Like, that should do, yeah? Yeah, it does. Cool.
There is a forward assembly nearby, though, so that will help out.
Yeah. I like that the first barrage isn't on the mortar pit, that it's actually trying to retake control over the center of this map, so it's a good play.
It's M1, though.
Yeah, but it's getting scouted by the IR, I'm pretty sure, so... Yeah, honestly, that 6-pounder is giving me anxiety. I don't like seeing 3 models on no health.
Which is a good thing, by the way. Like, if this makes you uncomfortable, it means that you are a good Company of Heroes player. And of course, Refero, they're pulling back his M1. Obviously, he falls into this category.
Good to see, good to see.
This M1 gets taken out. Like, I'd be really concerned if you looked at that and you go, problem, question mark, question mark? All my 18s like, are like that, man.
That's this is fine, world on fire beams.
Man, that's 2 memes you edited in.
Yeah.
You can remember.
Oh, really? Okay, what was my first meme to edit in?
The first one, well, I don't even remember.
Right.
Let us know in the comments what meme what memes Blake should edit in after he's already posted the video.
Yeah, damn. Now I actually have to look through the video preemptively and make sure I get all my meme edits done. Meme edits very important. We got to hear Richard Dawkins talk about memes the other night.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun, so yeah.
Howitzer has 5 kills so far.
Yeah, and it's getting busy on the mortar pit too, which is currently braced, but it should go down. See, the Howitzer's firing in that general vicinity, and again, it was good that the initial barrage went down on the middle, because now the Wehrmacht mortars are actually pulling forward. They're the ones taking out the mortar pit, so it's good. Good play. Well, there was 3 mortar shots in a row that landed on that. That was, jeez. I'm gonna go to bed to the just nothing but whistling noises of mortar shells in my ears. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know that feeling. The Comet tank is on the field. That's gonna be really good. Can duel those Panzer IVs really well. Can get some nice pot shots at these infantry squads. This is fine.
Repairs. Reinforce, reinforce.
The command tank's going to be so useful. All these squads with extra health.
The IR has such good synergy with the howitzer. A lot of times you just don't have the information.
No.
You don't want to be there. Whew, just in time.
Ooh. Hello, I found double rocket, and that's a good feeling.
Oh, the other meme was the hiding behind the
yes!
tree memes.
Yeah, nice. I was trying to think of it, I couldn't get it.
I was as well. It's good.
Okay, this P4, gotta be careful because the Raketens both backed away, so there's no support for the Panzer IV, which is certainly what he wants when he's facing up against a Comet tank. Howitzer barrage continuing to fire. The mortar emplacement has been taken out. Forward assembly is getting low.
Does Kpen have a one click? Is that RD a one click? What is that?
Yeah, that's like a railway.
Okay, that's a one click. So, but not a lot of munitions for the UKF, so they won't be able to use it.
Yeah, still no Brens.
A better alternative would be get a land mattress and maybe retake the middle and get it in a position where it can fire. But like, I'm not sure. Can the land mattress could probably fire over the lake if they get control over this middle, like to get the howitzer. So
the range is a lot. The range is good. Yeah. It's a lot weaker than it used to be. It got nerfed like pretty hard. So I'm still. He went for it now though. Here we go. So let's see how it performs here.
I think that's a good choice. I like the land mattress here. The mortar pit did go down, right? They did end up getting finished off. But the howitzer, yeah, it's done. So it's done a while ago. Remember, we looked back at the
keep that Firefly off the ice. The howitzer firing. Goes the forward
good
assembly.
Shot. Just see with this first land mattress barrage goes down. Hello? What?
He's got the Bren. Actually, he only has
the classic long range commandos. They're the ones you want.
They actually get really good Brens, so it isn't as silly as what you would think. Because like
their bonuses and
stuff.
The
Bren that they get is actually a separate weapon to the Bren that the sappers and the Tommies get. So like it's not just the fact that the squad's different; the actual weapon itself is different. That being said, though, of course you are getting not much DPS at long range from those Stens, but sometimes you're just not going to ever get in good close range engagements, and so I don't think that's not a bad choice. You just need double Brens. A single Bren commando isn't going to really do much.
Yeah, double makes a lot more sense. Like I can see it makes a more versatile squad because as double Bren would have held up against those Volts behind heavy cover, but single Bren doesn't. So like now the squad's essentially useless because they can't 1v1 Volts anyway. So
okay, here's the land mattress.
Command tank support as well for all of these units. So this is a good engagement for our Wehrmacht, for our Wehrmacht to take, for our Axis to take. Also a Panther on the way is going to be great.
The strafing fire, he's actually using it. He retreated in time, so it didn't do anything. That ability is so powerful.
Yeah, I forgot about that actually.
It's kind of hard to actually.
So I would have lost 3 Gren squads in that situation.
Yeah, like it takes a while to actually activate and stuff, and you can see it coming. But if you actually get it off, it's just crazy.
So you're gonna be suspicious through the Centaur's lack of firing at your Grenadier squads. So.
Okay, we have the 3rd truck. Brady wanting to get his King Tiger. Meanwhile, we have VonAsten, who is building a Panther, so he's teched up all the way to his tier 4.
Not that far off a Crocodile as well for Kpen. Really nice composition from VonAsten. Triple Gren, triple MG, double mortar. Like, it's nice. So P4 command tank Panther works really well. So it's double Panther are going to start wrecking here.
Yeah, it's hard to rely on the AT guns when that howitzer and those mortars are such a threat. So this wave of Axis tanks is going to be quite strong without much AT support, but a Comet tank and a Firefly is a great combination, one the Panther has to be wary of. Centaur's getting really low here, as is the Stern Pioneer squad.
Definitely need to see more supporting AT. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's another
Firefly
Panther
with tulips, but...
So there's a Panther for both Axis players.
The house is still shelling into this, so this is just, yeah.
Tulips are available here, but not enough munitions to deploy it. That Firefly is low. He's going to tag a couple of Fausts here, so...
One of them goes off, the other one doesn't on the second squad, which actually saves the Firefly potentially here. Gets another shot on the command tank if nothing else, and the Panther's going to be forced to dive deep.
Yeah.
Okay, command tank shot bounces.
Oh, the Comet's going for the command tank. Does get taken out there by an AT gun. The Panther's turning on the spot here. I think it was the AT gun actually fired during that engagement there. The Panther's still taking damage from the Firefly, or actually from the Comet, I should say.
Yeah, it's in a great spot, but the Obers actually do wipe the 6-pounder at the same time, so we'll save the Panther. MG goes down in the same time, so double support weapon has been sacrificed by Kpen, but they do get the Firefly out. Incredibly. Firefly got out, right? It did end up...
The Firefly, no, that died, didn't it?
What? Did it?
Oh, I know, sorry,
No, it's
I
still
lied.
up. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Oh, please don't lose it now. Please.
He's getting
Please don't lose it
Fausted,
now.
but he Fausts the Comet.
That's not what you want.
Yeah,
And
and
maybe this is the next level play. He's taking them both within howitzer range, and they're gonna get blown up. So
that being said, he the house is actually firing with this. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's within the arc. Oh my god, an AT gun shot came through. The captured M1.
Still up.
I think he deployed the vehicle crew repairs.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's
It's
why
been
it's got the
repairing.
smoke.
Yeah, it's been repairing. I'm pretty sure that's now repaired through a howitzer shot too. So, wow. Yeah, that was like it's so impactful because one of those Grenfaust got in range and the other one didn't, and that ended up being hugely impactful because the nothing else hit the Firefly. The Panther didn't find the last shot and finish it off, and the command tank bounced. So yeah. It's great that
it was the command tank that... I thought it was the Panzerfaust that
I'm pretty sure
bounced.
the command tank bounced. It looked like the command tank shot bounced, so...
Right.
Yeah. Good play anyway, like, yeah. Keep microing. If it looks like your tank's dead, keep microing. You just never know. Keep that reverse move going, so...
Yeah, so in the end, it actually probably was the Firefly that killed the M1. I thought the Firefly went down during that. But, either way here, I mean, putting another Firefly, so there's going to be a lot of anti-tank, and those Fireflies are very powerful.
Yeah, Chain Tulips is going to be pretty huge. That'll be all of Refero's manpower, but that's kind of fine. It doesn't really have a munitions-intensive commander. Vehicle crew repairs is expensive, but other than that, there's not really too many more sinks now that he's got upgrades done, so...
Yeah, it's pretty common for this commander to just float up munitions. Still, this cutoff has continuously denied the munitions income, which... Refero doesn't have a lot of use for, but Kpen certainly does. Still not having Brens, and he has these two powerful abilities. We see him also throwing a lot of nades around, looking for cheeky wipes with his gammon bombs, which he hasn't got much luck with so far, I don't think.
And like with a very even VP game, like 292 against the 287 of the Axis, having munitions is going to be really important. Banking munitions is going to be really important. So I'd love to see our allies get at least one munitions point back.
I love how Bradare went for the booby traps from his Obers. It's often an ability people forget about, is the booby traps can make a big difference there. Also has S-mines he can use from his Volks, which is nice to throw down just to delay capping and so forth. Good wipe there on the Raketen. Of course, when those Tommies have grenades, you got to be so much more careful with your support weapons.
Yugged Panzer IR half track. Yes, please. I'll take one order of that. Okay. So
would you like fries with that?
Sorry?
Is that in a meal or on itself?
Just by itself, thank you.
Dining or takeaway? My first job when I was 14 was at Hungry Jack's.
Was it really?
Yeah, which is
I don't remember this.
I was 14. I didn't know when I was 14.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
That's the Australian version of Burger King. Yeah. Burger King. Yeah, that was a pretty bad job. But
okay.
Basically, the story of that is, all my friends at the time were getting new PCs, and I had like Ultimate Potato, and I was like, Mom, Dad, can I have a PC? And they were like, No, get a job. And I'm like, So I got a job, and bought a PC and then quit. Well, it was more that my parents were sick of driving me to Mundaring all the time.
Their own fault for telling you to get a job, I suppose.
Yeah.
So works out. I don't know how these engagements are going to work out for our teams, because double Tulips is dangerous if there's munitions, but one of the Fireflies isn't upgraded, so I'm pretty sure until that gets upgraded, the Axis are going to have the advantage because of the young Panzer IV.
Well,
but I just don't know.
They're not going to have enough munis for double Tulips, because isn't it... Oh, it went down in cost.
That's what I mean. I mean, like, yeah, it's the 80 for the arm and stuff, so like, you can get that, so...
Used to be 100 originally. But that's what it used to do crazy damage. Now it's like, it didn't have the stun or anything.
Yeah, no.
Centaur still doing really well here. It's almost vet 3 at this point. Kpen still looking for the cheeky nades.
Yeah. Did the command tank go down, or maybe it's just
it went down.
At the moment? It did. Okay,
During
right.
that
yeah,
fight.
right. Okay, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Because it was kind of weird because
you were saying that. Yeah.
they weren't focusing the same tank. He was focusing. I think it was the Comet that was focusing the command tank, while the Firefly was firing at the Panther.
Yeah.
Whoa! This Jagdpanther taking the damage from 2 Fireflies and an M1.
Yeah, nasty.
It's able to back away from that one.
So I don't think the IR sweep wasn't timed. It has to sweep back and forward, so it's not giving you all vision all the time. It's
Yeah,
not
thank
as
God
good
for
as
that.
we have. As Shoutcasters, we have much better map hacks. What it actually is there's a much bigger IR off screen. It's a rail based IR, and that hooks us up with Fog of War hacks. So which is good. We appreciate that.
Uh-oh, the Tommies. Oh no.
99 kinds of dead.
Can't even see the icon, but they're dead now. That being said, the Panther could go down. Oh, he's going in. What are you doing, Panther? Has he got vision on this still? No, he lost vision there, so the Panther's out. That's why having Hammer is so useful for that tracking ability. I don't know what Refero doesn't have either. If he had the Hammer for the track vehicle, that may have been a dead Panther. Hammer is so good with Fireflies.
Yeah.
It's gonna be another squad wipe for the Brits.
Yeah, they deserve it though. I mean, like, that was really good command tank, and
Oh.
that's really sad. Wow. Okay, so good stuns. Was that double tulips?
Well, it was one Firefly.
One Firefly tulips, right?
Yeah,
okay,
that's all
sorry.
he needed on a P4 at least.
I think I got confused because of the Firefly shots, and that squad should not have got out. That should have been a wipe for sure. Unfortunate.
Okay, that little bit late with the strafe, so the Firefly's gonna have plenty of time to back away from this. There's actually a Centaur as well. Let's see if it works as intended.
Yeah.
Got one of them down, actually, nice.
Yeah.
I think it gets a better AA. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, that Centaur actually is gonna be providing even more value than I initially realized.
Yeah.
They both get shot down? Wow, yeah, that AA is really good.
It's good. Yeah, the AA of the Centaur is great. It's almost as good as like a 222, but
Almost as good as, a pintle-mounted machine gun on a Panzer IV.
close, but not quite. Yeah. That's what really you've got to hold up to with your AA ability. Is like, can you hold up to a P4 pintle?
There's even that strafe, and that's a loiter, so that's a really good strafe. Like a recon rather.
Recon, yeah.
But it won't matter with that Centaur in the field, so that's the hero of the people.
Yep.
Remember when the Firefly and the Comet didn't have a projectile? It would just like insta-fire.
Really? Oh, right.
It didn't have a
okay.
projectile initially. It looked kind of cool actually, because it made it look really fast.
Yeah.
Where you would just see it shoot, and then the enemy tank like gets hit and blows up.
I'm not sure if I remember this, but I'll certainly take your word for it. Where's that land mattress?
Oops.
Oops.
Hey,
so
kills.
it's over there. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I think that could have been a good opportunity for the land mattress to push forward and look for the howitzer, but it's actually now a Panzerwerfer threat. Oh wait, there is a Panzerwerfer there, right? Yeah, so there's a Panzerwerfer threat. So even if the land mattress, if the land mattress did push forward, it'd actually be really vulnerable to the Panzerwerfer there.
Ooh, this could be good. This could be good.
This could be a good engagement.
Ambush, gammon bomb. It's dodges though, but the Grens are in heavy negative cover. They have to retreat. He can just take the fight here. I'm surprised he didn't go for this one, just so that his stens would be close. Dodges some rifle grenades for his troubles.
Pretty sure that's still just one Bren.
Yeah, it must be.
Just one firing. Was checking up on it, but at least allies have recognised that threat down the south. Any flanking squad will now just force these Grens off, so hopefully we get something else coming down from our allies now.
I need to log off on my Steam. Whoa, Panther. Oh no, I thought it was like, it is in the air, kind of.
Yeah. Something flex.
Go, Stug. Go flank the Raketten. Oh.
Wait, I'm not a Stug.
Oh, they're putting S-mines.
So, yeah.
Nice.
HQ is under attack.
Well, he's howitzing the main base. He must have got Vet 3 to get the range for that. Yeah, he's vet 3 now.
As we know, it's pretty crucial to take out the UKF structures, so very understandable decision. That is, yeah, the extra range will certainly help out in taking out those retreating squads. Can certainly be an effective tool. But the scatter gets pretty ridiculous at max range.
Loading smoke. Huh. We wanted to just collapse upon the Panther, I suppose. Oh, and it's trying to flank with the this Vet 2 hammer tank, combat tank.
I'm cool with hammer tank as the new name for the combat.
Hammer tank. That's the Red Alert 3 Soviet tank with a leech beam.
Heavily cool.
Yeah, there's
a
lot of blows being traded by the Panthers and the Fireflies, and the unit preservation's been pretty good across the board. No one's lost any tanks that they really shouldn't have. I guess the first Firefly, but apart from that, it's been a pretty tight ship as far as, you know, preservation of tanks go. Kpen is pop capped for his Churchill. That would still be a nice way to go. The Crocodile Churchill.
Yeah, it could be good. Like, you think this situation, the Crocodile will just get crazy work done.
The Firefly though, down goes to the Raketenwerfer.
Yeah, one of them falls. That was the upgraded one as well, with the tulips. This one hasn't even been upgraded yet, so the racks aren't even there. Which is unfortunate.
Panther just blitzkriegs out. Blowing up the cache would be a nice little consolidation, a nice little you know, a second best thing to do there. Can't get the Panther. Fine. Yeah, thank you. That consolation prize.
I don't leave my boys hanging. Is that not firing through smoke? I think it was, but didn't. Wow, that's really close to getting the overs.
I think Refero has seen Kpen's Vet 3 Centaur. He's like, I want one. Can I get one too? Actually, well, apparently he can, because he wipes that Raketen from the front. See, the Raketen survivability is low, we all know that, but it's especially lower from things like Centaurs because it doesn't have the heavy cover, which makes a big difference against the, I think it's technically small arms as well that Centaur uses. So the Raketens just get murdered by the Centaur, way more than a pack does.
Yeah, sure. Nice land mattress. The land mattress really currently our allies only anti-blob. I think the still having like something like the Churchill would be good as well.
What was that about anti-blob?
Pretty much the only thing.
A bit of a traffic jam here. We've got a lot of tanks and half-tracks in this area. VP situations favouring the Axis by a pretty big margin.
Yeah, it was all that map control they had in the mid-game. It really paid off in terms of victory points. Our allies haven't even gotten back like a good double cap yet, so...
They are rather pushed, however.
Wow, double Young Panzer IV is a bold choice. I don't know about that from Bradare, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. He's only too big for his britches when he loses one of them, so.
Oh, of course, his OKW Vet 4 howitzer.
Yeah. I was waiting for it.
Well, there's a lot of stuff there.
Well, wait, are those actual stats?
Yeah, it's a mod you put on.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Wait, this is not displaying properly. Which is Vet 2. Ouch! Oh my god, he was so close to wiping everything that Kpen has. Kpen, please split up your Tommies and don't have them on the corner. Oh, there goes one squad.
Ouch.
Oh my god, Kpen, my friend.
Kpen's gonna
be... Make it stop! Make it stop! I can't bear this. This is not real life.
Another thing that should give you anxiety if you're a Company of Heroes 2 player. Squad wipes are bad. Then Kpen's gonna be really confused as well. He's like, I lost a squad. When did that happen? It's like, oh, you lost it in your base. So.
He was so close to just losing everything. Oh, a bit of a lackluster Werfer barrage.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
This is fine.
On target as well, but it still finds the wipe, thankfully.
Yeah, the Obers follow-up gets that one. So, is that another Firefly? Yeah, Refero is just churning through these Fireflies.
It's actually not what he wants though at the moment, and that's not what Kpen's going. Is Kpen going for one as well? I think
Yeah,
he
he
is.
wants
Like,
a Firefly.
yeah, I don't know if that's what they want against.
He's got pretty good tanks though.
It's gonna
Double
be like double
comets.
Jagdpanzer 4 Stug.
HQ is under attack. Typical enemy trick, isn't it?
Like the burst potential of those Fireflies is just nutty now. He's realized. Good stuff, Kpen. But it's like, nowhere's actually safe because, like, look at the scatter. The scatter has been his entire base, so
Yeah,
you're not actually any better off standing still. It's like, yeah.
Well, just because he was in front of the sandbags, he was just way more likely to get hit.
The sandbags was an issue. Another reason that, like, again, you need to balance base retreats, like how USF don't have the angling on the base doesn't change, so sometimes you're really far away from like bars and stuff.
Okay.
And, like, also retreating on sandbags is bad.
Cloaked Jagdpanzer comes through. He tulipsed off the Panther. I didn't know the Jagdpanzer was in position. Double Firefly though against the single Jagdpanzer isn't a good position. One of them goes for the Panzer command tank. He might die if he doesn't back away now. Oh my god, yeah, late response there. Down goes the Command Panzer 4. Meanwhile, at the north, we have a Stug going in after this Comet. It's actually going destroyed here. It's out of control. Down goes the Stug. I mean, killing the Comet is always a nice trade if you just lost a Stug for that, but looks like the Axis are losing quite a fair bit of stuff.
Yeah, Allies having some pretty big micro wins right there. 152 VBs compared to the 247 of the Axis. And it was another. Oh, that Stug's really low as well. I don't know about VonAsten's Stug micro today.
Well, the Panther's blocked off his Stug.
Yeah, it's not a good time. Second Jagdpanzer 4 has come out. That was a capped Jagdpanzer 4, so you're pop capped and you go for it. So that was the first unit out as soon as the pop cap was actually opened up. So again, I guess maybe predicting a dive from our allies or fighting them to go aggressive. That's one of the Fireflies going down.
Yeah, the Jagdpanzer I think got the killing blow there. Good combination having the Panther in front, very tough tank. Jagdpanzer then having that great rate of fire.
Actually makes it really hard to hit the tulips as well, which looks like now, okay, maybe not firing. The Firefly did stop, and I'm pretty sure the tulips are loaded, but no shots off.
Well, is that a munitions? Doesn't have the cooldown. It has the cooldown, but no munitions cost.
Right.
Loses the Centaur, so good little pop in and out. But actually another Firefly from Kpen finishes off this Jagdpanzer. Nice little flanking maneuver.
Yeah, this is a pretty huge trades going down. A lot of wipes. This Veterinary Panther is still alive, and that's a pretty big deal. Another, I don't know if that's another Stug from VonAsten, but I feel like you should stop building those. Maybe it's the one he just reverse moved and repaired. I don't know, maybe it was that one that he reverse moved and repaired.
Well, he lost one of them, certainly. Chasing after the, it was the hammer tank that he, damn it, the hammer tank, the Comet tank. M1 not facing where it needs to be facing.
Yeah, looks like our Axis have found a winning combo. That's like having a Jagdpanzer or a Stug behind a Panther. It's working out very nicely for them. The pin on the Panther is going to help take out the M1, but it's not very fast. And our Axis just pull back. But VP still ticking for our allies, so that's certainly a tick.
Oh, King Tiger for Bradare. So, I mean, the allies have similar mix though, because they have the Fireflies behind the Comet tank, so it's a good combination of a tough tank in the front and then a really powerful tank behind it. The King Tiger I don't see doing that well against these Fireflies. They're just going to bully it around. They're already Vet 3.
So it's a winning engagement for our Axis purely because they kind of took equal damage. So like Bradare and VonAsten, they took about equal damage. But on the side of our allies, Kpen took virtually no damage, and Refero took all of it. So and no longer has the resources to replace some of these tanks. So he's the one that's behind a pop cap at the moment, whereas everyone else is up in varying degrees of close to 100. And our Axis have now burned through all of their resource floats. So currently in the better position. We'll see if they can retake this central VP.
Oh, did he just? I don't think he wiped the squad, but he got about 7 Gren models. So that was a pretty good barrage from the land mattress.
Yeah, the Stug's pushing forward, but there's no Panther in front of it, no KT in front of it. So there's no tank here, it just gets focused down. So there's the smoke going to get popped, and now there's Panther Jagdpanzer 4, but the smoke's in the way, and they won't be able to fire at anything.
King Tiger there in the middle as well, taking so much damage from the Firefly. The Volt squad in the middle is getting absolutely murdered by the Centaur. Maybe a wipe, and then the volley comes through.
Yeah, Axis cannot be sending individual capping squads through with these Centaurs still in the field. They need to win the tank engagement first and then go for the caps.
There's a Tulips. Vet 4 Jagdpanzer. Meanwhile, the Panther's flanked around to the Firefly. The M1's rotating here.
M1 is in the smoke though. There's another shot up from the Firefly.
Oh, the Stug may get the killing blow here.
It might actually, but the M1's
suicidal Stug.
The M1's still smart. It hasn't rotated. It's actually gonna get a shot off.
Oh, he just gets
one.
murdered. But the Firefly barely survived with a sliver of health.
It's actually next level plays, not re-rotating the 6-pounder. It just stays where it is and takes out the Stug. Because it probably would have got the last shot off if it wasn't for the M1, because the M1 shot penetrated, I'm pretty sure there, so
Vet 5 Howitzer with 41 kills.
Poor Kpen.
He should reinforce from his teammate's base.
Yeah. Would be a good play.
I'd be so mad if he just lost all these squads while I was like off screen.
Because like Bradare, there's no way Bradare has like vision of this area, so reinforcing from Refero's position would be really smart.
That tier 3 is actually getting a bit low.
152 PPs compared to the 177 for our Axis. Everything's getting repaired up now, which is nice. There's obviously the repair trucks from Pioneers here for Bradare, so that's fine. Kpen, I'm pretty sure, still has the triple engineers, and Refero has doubles, so there are plenty of repairs on both of our teams, but the engagements have been complete bloodbaths. Not many tanks have been surviving the big engagements. A lot of stuff have been going down.
Brady can't reinforce his squads. King Tiger, Panther, Howitzer, Jagdpanzer, IR half-track. His squads, only one of them is actually, like, a couple of them are fully reinforced.
And that's the issue with having a Jagdpanzer 4 on about to build, because what ended up happening, it wasn't that the fact that he lost a tank and then got the Jagdpanzer 4, he lost infantry models and then got the Jagdpanzer 4. There's nothing you can do about that, other than throwing away Jagdpanzer 4. And they've been trying to take engagements where Jagdpanzer 4s potentially go down, but just hasn't worked out. So that can be an issue with you're having your tank built and ready to go when you lose the pop cap. You might lose the pop cap in the wrong places where you don't want to lose it.
Oh, there's Vetio Over Squad.
Please no.
Probably shouldn't be losing this. I guess that's actually kind of clever, using the
frangible.
Yeah, the frangible to get the decap or the capture, but too many Tommies in position. Vetted Obers is never a squad you want to lose. They're only Vet 2 Obers, but Land Mattress gets them. I mean, yes, this has to be a good tank battle there, because the infantry is so much better for Kpen. He has triple Tommies, 5-man. They have the Gammon bombs, which is really good for VP battles. We do see the British tanks are encroaching upon the Axis tanks. Panther's gone pretty deep here, but a bit of pot shots being traded. There could be a Firefly going down. Jagdpanzer there's got a really good rate of fire. Down it goes. Gets the first kill of this Vet 4 Jagdpanzer. It's almost Vet 5 now, which will make its cloak have a powerful ambush bonus.
So it's going to be another Firefly for Kpen, so it's going to get replaced straight away. He certainly has plenty of resources. Kpen wants to be trading tanks here. Kpen needs to have his tanks in the front line. They need to be the ones taking damage, because he's the one with the resource flow.
Yeah.
Does want to actually lose tanks, or he wants to trade tanks so that they can replace them. Hasn't lost the vetted ones. That's the important thing. Like, Vet 3 Centaur's still up. Vet 3 Comet's still up. These are the crucial tanks that he doesn't want to lose because of the veterancy.
Man, he doesn't need a Crocodile, because the Centaur is denying the VP capture so hard.
Yeah, Crocodile would just... I'm glad that Kpen decided not to go Crocodile here. It just wouldn't have worked out that well. I'd say the only benefit is taking out this damn Vet 3 Howitzer that's just annoying his base. I think if this game goes on past an hour, Kpen's just going to get mad, build a Crocodile just to dive the Howitzer. So.
Whoa! This Panzerwerfer almost getting taken out. But... yeah, if he loses the Centaur, then maybe he'll have to go for the Crocodile just to try and deny the VP. So we've got a Centaur, Vet 3 Comet tank, and a Vet 0 Firefly there for Kpen. Refero has 2 Fireflies, one of which is Vet 3, and now he's building another Centaur.
I think that Kpen certainly has the repairs to build a Crocodile, because they have such a huge health pool, so I mean, you can use them without much risk of them going down, but then you have to have the repairs to back that up, otherwise you've got essentially a useless pop cap that's just sitting back and getting repaired. So
Refero's Land Mattress Vet 3 at 33 kills, so that's certainly done well for himself. The Panzerwerfer, I suspect, hasn't done much. 11 kills you know, that's not too good. Given this is a long game. Okay, Tulips comes through.
Same time, the second Firefly actually runs forward, so the Suns are coming out. That'll mean probably one more volley. One shot bounces, the other one goes to the second Panther, so no worries at all for Brad. Is still a vet for half health Panther, and that will get repaired up.
Also, having that Panzer Tactician is very useful to just deny line of sight, even if it isn't one of VonAsten's tanks being hit, he can always pop it for his teammate, which we've seen a few times throughout the game. So good teamwork there by the Axis.
Did lose that really low over squad, and I wonder if that's intentional because it did free up the pop cap to allow him to actually fully reinforce these squads and still have maxed out. So that was kind of a good play. Hiding behind the Frangible is the Oversoul done. Maybe we get the Centaur firing through it. Yeah, definitely. Nice play for Refero. The will force the Overs to retreat. Neutralize central VP. VP's not ticking. 152 for our allies, 136 for the Axis.
Oh, I like that. We're seeing the Arty flares
nice,
used.
Good play.
It's
such a
gonna,
good area to deny.
Yeah, it's going to make it harder to go for this VP in the middle.
Stooks just haven't been able to really collect any vet.
Yeah, and they can't maneuver on this ice as well, which makes it harder for them.
Yeah, it's like Brad is kind of, he's taken the alpha position for tank destroyers, which is on this side of the house, and VonAsten's kind of been relegated to the top side where it's much harder to use the Stooks.
Beep beep, says the Stook.
I want to go kill some tanks as well, and they're definitely going to be going for it. This is a dive from VonAsten.
Whoa,
here we go.
There's a strafe. One of the Stookers gets shot out of the sky, but the Centaur is so low, as is the Panther. He pops the smoke. There's multiple tanks in the area here. Not quite getting the shot through the smoke.
A Stook actually going to continue at the moment. They're pathing, blocking this King Tiger, which also wants to get in the fray. I think the Stook should just be thrown away here. They're such a cheap tank, and I think there's a main gun destroyer into one of the Fireflies.
Yeah, that Firefly's out of action. There's a sector assault deployed by Brady. The King Tiger still in action. There goes the Firefly. The Centaur is able to back away, but down here we have more Fireflies from Refero that are contributing to the fight. The Panther backs away. It's Vet 5 pops the combat blitz.
We have a King Tiger and it's on full health, and all of the tanks from our allies have actually been forced off as well. It's going to get crazy work done. The Centaur is still alive from Kpen. It's actually still working, and the Stooks here at Centaur versus Stooks. Stooks should be winning this one fairly handily, or maybe not. I'm not sure what hit it.
The double Firefly tag team. Well, yeah, I suppose it's one Firefly acting as a pair, acting in unison. Generally how you want to use those tank destroyers, because it's so hard to keep them positioned safely that if you're trying to use them separately, it's just so easy to lose them.
Repair's getting insta-popped here from Refero as well, realizing how important at this stage of the game it is to get these tanks back up to full health. As we can see, our Axis is taking control of the center. They don't have a lot of infantry to actually kind of solidify a hold here, but the more time they can buy with the repairing allied tanks, the better. This King Tiger is still on full health, so it can easily hold the central VP against any infantry pressure from the allies.
There was a land mattress that went down during that. It wasn't the vetted land mattress, however, but the Axis having the middle VP, trying to consolidate it as well. Throwing down booby traps is very nice. Gonna make it harder to recapture that one. Also using S-mines would be great. Both of our Axis can deploy S-mines, so that would just make it harder to capture. Especially this VP. It has S-mines there, so that's really good to see from the Axis.
Kevin's filled over his pop cap, or at least has blown through all of his reserves. So what has he gone for? Actually, okay, he's building another Firefly. That's good. So still new Comet, new Firefly. Losing their B3 Comet was a pretty big blow during the engagement for Kpen.
Difficult
such a great
spot
tank
for the Firefly. Oh, lucky howitzer shot.
Wow.
To give someone a bloody nose.
That's unfortunate.
I think that was the howitzer shot. Maybe it wasn't.
Maybe. I thought, yeah, I was thinking that, or
I don't know.
can't be that, or it was the Panzer 4. That was one of the two. I don't know what else it could have been.
Either way, the tank is dead. It's all that matters.
It's the net result. Not sure exactly what those engineers are repairing, but wow.
Have you ever seen? I'm taking a screenshot of that. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen a more repaired tank in your life?
Yeah. I think we've have we found our have we found the thumbnail? I think we might have done. Instead of thumbnails, new idea, GIFs instead. So like it just like flicks through a bunch of screens, so the tank goes from like full health.
Wow, another
to
howitzer
repairs.
shell could just end the game if you just gives 3 engineer squads. Moves out of the barrage radius there. Won't scatter as much because it isn't as far, but I mean, that was a nasty scatter. Jeez. Wait, is that the same howitzer?
Yeah? Is it not? What do you mean?
Because like the first shell landed here.
Okay, right.
And now he's consistently.
Yeah. I mean, it's just every. It's like.
Lol.
Just because. I mean, you would do badly at a casino. Just because roulette has landed on red the last 10 times doesn't mean that the next one is going to land on black. So.
That IR halfback's still alive as well.
Yeah, at least the house has been consistent. It's been going from red to black fairly often, one side to the other.
King Tiger's doing pretty good. 13 kills. It's vet 2 already. It is very hard to vet up this King Tiger. But he's able to take out the Fireflies in 3 shots, so that makes him very powerful in that close quarters combat. Oh, Tulips comes through. It does tag both the Panther and the Jagdpanzer, but no double tag to get the stun.
Yeah. You definitely want the double tag. The vision blockers. Yeah.
Well, this Panther's going pretty deep here.
It's gonna go
King
head to
Tiger.
head with the column.
Oh my God,
get fairly good penetration close up, but it'll probably just go down here. Yeah,
all
KT
those tanks
finishes
were
it
so
off.
low. Maybe this Panther goes down if he gets a nice attack ground, but
They are now at 100
yikes.
I don't know what Ours are going to do here. Now they're in a bad position. They're down on VPs, 99 compared to the 129 of the Axis, and Axis have so many tanks. We're getting repaired.
That's insane. Vet 2 and the King Tiger. 20% less scatter, 20% more accurate. So it just becomes, and the rotation speed too is going to help. So in terms of wiping infantry squads, that KT is going to be nuts.
Pioneer hit teams are just running around getting crazy work done. Okay, Panzerwerfer again misses the mark, doesn't find the repairing squads, which was actually happening a little bit further to the north.
Centaur still alive, 61 kills.
Yeah. Wow, really? Damn.
It needs a new thing for planes destroyed.
I'm pretty sure we've never seen 100 kills, right? We came close one game, but we've never seen 100 kills. So we don't know if it breaks it or not, if 99's the max. It's possible, but I can't recall ever seeing 100
It'd be
kills.
easier to get if you just
How's
play
the
this.
howitzer going? Is that anywhere near that, or is it
58.
58? Okay, it's not going too badly.
Play this AI for 10 minutes and you get it on
the
like
race
20.
to 100 kills.
So Kpen doesn't have enough munitions for one of these off maps. I almost said orbitals. Or general's powers.
Raider has crazy float here. Yes, a truly heroic effort for our allies to come back into this game. The Gamma Bomb misses.
Field reports indicates the enemy is left with only 75 points.
Yeah, that howitzer is just continuously firing. It's the Vet 5 must be giving it a ridiculous cooldown because it's just always firing. Yeah, it has like 18 seconds in between barrages.
Yeah.
So pretty much non-stop.
Yeah.
Okay, gets the HMG back with the commandos, but good luck keeping that HMG alive with this King Tiger at Vet 2. This is going to one-shot it.
Yeah, I feel like this could be the time to look for a commitment to the south from our allies, even just to cap a VP for a while. Could be a good stall tactic, but just that dive was just way too effective for our Axis. They just went too deep. A bit of pressure up the north. Okay, these Pioneers could be in a bit of trouble. They start getting focused. They were repairing. Okay, they break the repair, so that's nice. And the
Strafe.
Spanner also gets taken down.
Still 2 Centaurs on the field. So let's see how effective the Strafe is.
Centaurs not so great at taking out Panthers. The penetrations, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, that's one of them getting shot down at least. So.
I think it's both.
Maybe both.
Yeah, I don't see the other one. So this is actually the AT tank hunter, so they can throw a nade. They don't throw the nade, however. Oh no!
Please nade.
Yeah, that so should have died there. The Tommies, they get out. I don't know. They're probably just on like a move command and cap the VP.
The AT rifles would have been good as well.
No need for panic, but we've only got 50 points left.
Yeah, that might be it for our allies.
I want to see how many Stugs VonAsten's gone through. Where is it? Stug. He's produced 5 Stugs, so that's pretty impressive.
Produced 5, lost 4. So
they are cheap tanks. Battle of Repair. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
It has been, yeah.
Oh, loses the
Grand
grand
wipe,
squad.
nice. Good play, good play. Get the MG as well, that'd be good.
63 kills now on the Centaur. Or 65 maybe?
Okay. Wow, okay, Panther
the
could be in
Tulip's gonna
trouble.
come through.
Oh,
It's
wow. Second chiller misses. That's so unfortunate. Didn't get the stun. It's actually a really good micro by the by
It's a
VonAsten.
mine though. Wow, loses the Panther.
Okay. That's good. One of the Panthers has gone down. This is looking possible.
So there's 3 Fireflies. There's actually another Comet tank coming out.
That's possible. There are enough tanks here. Now that Panther went down. That Panther was a huge issue.
Well, the Pioneer's gonna get gibbed.
Yeah, close to.
I still want to see the strafing fight. He's actually using it, but no, not gonna work.
The Pies end up running away, but I mean, if all these repairs get taken down, we're almost at the point where the repairs aren't actually going to matter because we're looking at one more engagement. But Streak trying to go on the chase as well. Span tank got taken really low, so that health bonus isn't going to be there anymore. The defensive bonus.
Yeah, King Tiger.
King Tiger's still a huge issue.
King Tiger with the command P4 bonus. It's gone out of the range now.
I don't know why Axe is going in here. Surely they should just chill, but maybe they're trying to engage and the engagement time wins them the game.
The
24
smoke
VPs.
has really punished the Axis there. There goes one of the Centaurs.
King Tiger's taken down to half health.
Oh my
What
god.
a Streak's coming in. Are Axe is throwing this? Our allies are just playing
Sending
really
in
well with their
tanks
tank
one at a
destroyers.
time.
That's not how you play.
Single file formation is the worst formation when it comes to the Axis tanks.
But our allies aren't sending anything down to the south. That's an issue. They need to be capping that victory point. There's actually nothing down there. Our Axis have committed absolutely everything to the middle. 18 VPs. Did our Axis buy enough time with these tanks running in? Surely they just need to keep running in tanks, right? They're going to play this game on time. Because they're starting to lose too many, I think.
They still have these Vet 5
Yeah.
Ogres in the middle. They're going to be so hard to capture.
But there
because
are
they
still-
have
yeah.
bundle grenades, frangibles, a suppressor fire ability.
Yeah, there are still Centaurs on the ground, so... Our Axis need to pull the trigger. Our allies, sorry, they need to pull the trigger. They need to go. 12 seconds. They don't have time to repair. They need to go.
Yeah, the VPs are ticking down.
They need to go. They need to go. They need to go.
They are down to 10 points.
Come on, allies. 9 VPs.
I guess all the squads are back at base.
Yeah, they just need to run forward. They just need to pull forward everything. Everything has to go here. They're not going to go. They're starting to go. They're trying to flank MGs. One of them looks like it's going to be flanked.
What's
Our
suppressed?
allies might get here just in time. But there's no Centaur in the middle to take out the Oversword out. The Centaur should have gone in first. The Centaur is in here.
Yeah, Kpen's hero Centaur went down, so the Ogres were alive.
3 VPs. I think the Obers hold here. I'm pretty sure there's enough time.
Easy.
Just a late pull for our allies. They should have gone in earlier. 1 VP. Yeah, that's game. GG.
They might have won. They would have won though because like they had the much bigger tank presence like in that late situation. But GG, well played. Yeah, that was a sick game. That was down to the wire. Look at this float as well from Brady. 2,000 manpower, 500 fuel, and remember because it's a King Tiger, you can call those in instantly. There's no build time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess Brady, the fact that he had this massive bank, maybe it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, it might not have. I think even if our allies won that engagement in the middle, look, see how many infantry squads they probably would have had to lose to retake the middle. But a heroic attempt to try and stay in it. I think that Axis dive was really well played. They did a good job, and Kpen does generate swag points for sending in a replay where he loses as well.
Yeah, that surprised me.
What a legend.
Kpen didn't seem like the guy who would send a replay in where he loses. I guess because he just wanted to show off his Vet 3 Centaur. The
Yes,
replay
right, yeah.
name was Vet 3 Centaur.
Okay, right.
So yeah, I sort of knew that was going to happen.
Was
But,
very cool.
It was good use of the Centaur. It didn't go too deep with it, and was able to just continuously deny the VP caps. If it was not for that Centaur, the VP game would have ended for the Allies a long time ago.
Yeah, clearly a very effective tank when used correctly, and Kevin certainly highlighted that, so congrats to our Axis for picking a faction that has Vet 5, and I suppose other skill-based reasons as well, but it's an enjoyable game.
You've offended a lot of Axis players there, Blake.
Yeah, I'm sorry to do that, so
That looks cool.
So how should we wear this? So if you're an allied player and you enjoy me bashing Axis, then you should go to our Patreon, patreon.com/generalsgentleman, and help support our content, does help us build it. And now that the allied players are gone, I'm so sorry, Axis players. I love you too, very much. You should also go to our Patreon.
We also had I mean, you could say it was sort of offset though, because I referred to the land mattress as the balance mattress. And then you said that he built like a cancer pit. So we're being
Right,
pretty
okay,
BM
yeah,
towards both of these factions.
I feel like that's just our casting style. It's
Yeah.
like people are like, you guys are biased. It's like, no, we just
We
flame
just,
everyone.
we just hate all factions equally.
Yeah, we there's no bias here. There's just aggressive hatred and aggressive. If you do something well, we'll tell you did it well. If you did something badly, we'll definitely let you know about it. So
We do enjoy casting Company of Heroes. That was certainly a fun match. So
an
thanks
awesome
for watching. 107 minutes, which is always a long game there. And yeah, so GG. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time. Unless you want to support us on Patreon. One of the Patreon milestones is we can cast one of your replays. Now, Kpen isn't a Patreon supporter, but he's a subscriber to us on Twitch, and
has been for a long period of time, despite our lack of consistent streaming.
So we figured it was the equivalent. Like if there's anyone else who's like been subscribing for a while, I don't think a lot of people subscribe to us on Twitch because we don't really stream much anymore. Which it may change at one point. We've been saying that for like a year now.
Yeah, I've been. I think I'm
We'll start streaming
I'm
again.
the latest offender of the. Man, I should really start streaming again soon. But you did co-stream the other day. How'd that go? Was that good? Yeah,
it was average.
Yeah,
it was alright. None of the games were that interesting.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a good one.
Double Brits. This is gonna be so cancer.
No. Of course, Kpen sends us cancer.
Fucking Kpen.
You surprised?
Fuck you, Kpen.
Fuck you, Kpen.
Oh. Sick one. Sick one.
Drive along the road. Ready?
Hang on, I'll rotate the camera for you.
Right. Gentleman road simulator. Quick! I need to. I want to go left. I want to go left. Good. Gerald's German driving simulator. We can do this game. It'll be fun.